A prosecution witness in the corruption trial of former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan said on a recording he's setting up a deal, and the other side of the deal understands it's a quid pro quo. While Madigan encouraging a different terminology when discussing these things. Let's get into it. It's Illinois in Focus Daily. I'm Greg Bishop. Each and every weekday morning with you with America's Talking Network, and get the headlines at thecentersquare.com. And if you go to thecentersquare.com, you'll see Jim Talamonte's most recent story about the Madigan corruption trial, which has been going on for weeks. Prosecutors have been bringing up all kinds of cooperating witnesses. We had undercover video and audio recordings of phone calls between Fidel Marquez and Madigan and co-defendant Michael McLean. And some pretty revealing stuff there, but new evidence being presented. We saw a lot of this in the ComEd 4 trial last year. 4 people convicted of this, what federal prosecutors called Madigan Enterprise, and now Madigan's facing charges. But during the ComEd 4 trial, we saw a lot and heard a lot of these clips and recordings. But now that Madigan's facing these charges, we're starting to see some Madigan-specific undercover video and recordings, even going back more than 10 years ago. Here is some of Madigan and Daniel Solis, a cooperating witness, former Chicago alderman, who were being recorded during a meeting with some Chinese nationals looking to develop in Chinatown in Chicago. Pretty fascinating stuff here.
Oh, thank you.
No, not the flamingos.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Bud Getzenetter. I'm Mike's law partner.
Hey, I'm Si Wong.
Si Wong.
Mr. Chong.
Mr. Chong, very nice to meet you.
And then Daniel Solis comes in.
Hi.
What's interesting about this, again, this is from 2014. Solis ended up being a cooperating witness, but after this. So Solis is not the one capturing this. Who's capturing this is one of the Chinese nationals setting up this deal.
Good. Well, our interest would be that we represent buildings like that on the real estate taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And we do quite a few hotels. And we have a little different approach to the representation on hotels than the other law firms that do the work. And Bud can explain the background to you, but it does make a difference in terms of the results that you get from the assessor or from the board of review. Now, let me ask, what's the status of the representation of this hotel that we're talking about? So you said he's been working with others. Is he committed to other people?
No, not yet.
Okay, so he's considered. We're under consideration.
Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people ask him for service, like propose to him for service like legal, tax, zoning, general contracting, a lot of proposal. So he will just pick the best and also the one that can do the job.
Yeah. And the others that would do the real estate tax work, are they all lawyers, or are some of them not lawyers, or do you know?
They're lawyers. They're all lawyers. Mm-hmm. But they take like a percentage of the saving. Yeah. Okay. Besides the hotel, he just bought almost 15 commercial space, retail space in the Chicago area. Mm-hmm. So
now I think it's important that you understand that on the question of the fee,
mm-hmm.
We would do a fee that would be agreeable to the client. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. There's 2 basic options. Mm-hmm. One is just a straight retainer. The other is a percentage of the savings. Mm-hmm. And we always recommend a retainer. But if a client is insistent upon having a percentage of the savings, then we'll work with them and we'll do that. We always then recommend that if it's a percentage of the savings, there's a cap mm-hmm. on what it would be. Because historically, in terms of how you do this valuation, sometimes these numbers go up and down mm-hmm. like this, okay? And if there's no cap on the fee, it's not good for the client.
So Madigan's discussing the deal with the Chinese national, who's translating to what he said was his investor in this deal back in 2014. Again, Madigan's law firm, which handles property tax assessment challenges, taking into consideration this deal.
And in terms of the quality of the representation that you get from this law firm, we don't take a second seat to anybody.
佢話呢度最好㗎啦，最好第二間冇咁好咯。
They don't take a second seat to anybody, Madigan says. Apparently that's his selling line.
點解仲有咩啊？仲有咩啊？OK。
Then, meeting's done.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chong wants to take a picture with you so he can show to his. Okay.
Pretty fascinating. Yeah. Video and photographic evidence of the meeting.
Do you want to do it together?
Do you want to take a picture?
Sure, I can do it.
You can see the picture in the phone there.
No, that's okay.
Pretty wild.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Danny Solis
Good.
standing in that
one
photo
more.
as well.
This way. 1, 2, 3, ready? Good. Okay. He loved to give the business to Mr. Speaker, but like without your support, the hotel, zoning change is very critical. Without that, you have to go through zoning change and.
Well, if he works with Speaker, he will get anything he needs for that hotel.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
If he goes with the speaker, he'll get anything he needs for that hotel. The cooperating FBI witness there in 2014 grabbing that video. Well, then yesterday in court, Daniel Solis, who was also featured in that video, being questioned by prosecutors and testimony he provided, he delved into his troubled history. He's also facing bribery charges with a deferred prosecution agreement that he won't face those charges if he continues to cooperate. He was cooperating on a whole host of different investigations with the feds. Solis had undercover audio that he had grabbed with former Chicago Alderman Ed Burke and his corruption conviction and a whole host of other things. So Solis definitely had a checkered past, but he was approached by the FBI and they played some recordings for him, and then he tried talking to an attorney and thought, well, I'll just go ahead and cooperate with the FBI. And then we get this phone call in June of 2017 with Solis and Madigan talking about setting up another deal, and then a subsequent conversation that Madigan had privately in person with Solis all about this, quote, quid pro quo.
Hello? Speaker Madigan?
Danny? Yes, Mike Madigan. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I just wanted to let you know that next week I've got a meeting with the individual that you asked me about, the Union West guy.
Yes.
On Thursday. I think they understand they've got some issues that they still have to deal with me in terms of zoning. And I think I also told you that I was going to wait till August when there's some guidelines for the West Loop that are going to be done before I do my zoning decision.
Sure.
So I'll meet with them next week on Thursday, and then I'm going to set up a meeting with you and them.
Good.
And I think they I think they understand how this works. The quid pro quo.
Okay.
So I just want to let you know that I did that, and I'll follow up with you after Thursday.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you very much. I'll be at this telephone until Friday for certain.
Okay.
Then there's this guy Rauner. He wants to appear in Springfield.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with that jerk.
Yeah.
But we've been working pretty good with JB, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Very good.
All right. So I'll call you probably Thursday.
Yeah.
And then I'll see if we can arrange a meeting, and hopefully you'll have a date when all that is over in Springfield where you can meet that after that.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much.
All right. Talk
Thank
to you
you.
later. Bye-bye.
So again, the call there being about setting up a meeting, and Solis saying they understand it's a quid pro quo. That call from 2017 in June. Then just a couple of weeks later in July, the meeting actually happens.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
Good, how are you? Good.
This is Andy.
Rick Vogel.
And Rick.
How are you?
Andy Creetall.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Come on in.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
So he takes him to one room, but right next door,
Thank you.
Madigan grabs Solis, again, who's the one recording this video for the feds, as a cooperating witness. They go down the hallway. Madigan shows the majority of people into one room and then takes Solis to the other room.
Over the phone, you made a comment that there was a quid pro quo.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, okay,
You shouldn't be talking like that.
all right,
You're just recommending.
absolutely,
that
absolutely.
Because if they don't get a good result on the real estate taxes, the whole project would be in trouble,
Yeah,
which is not good for your ward.
good, good.
So you want high quality
Right,
representation.
right. I might want to talk to you afterwards
Mhm.
on an issue in Chinatown
Good.
where we need a transference of property from the state to the city.
Mhm, mhm.
If you might have heard of it before, it's the Chinatown parking lot on Wentworth and Cermak. And we've been working on developing that for years, but before we can do anything, that property has to be transferred
From the state.
to the city.
We'll talk about
Okay.
that, sure.
And they go back into the meeting. Long discussion.
What do you,
You know, the glory's when you cut the ribbon, right? You know, but what led to that? You know, how many false trails did you have to go to get the right site? So, I can never say we're the best. I've learned second to none. That's the best I'll do.
We'll take a second seat anyway.
That's right. That's great.
So,
Well, this has been super helpful.
So again, Madigan using his line there that he used in 2014, we don't take a second seat to anybody. And all of that being revealed yesterday in federal court. They're back at it today in federal court with the corruption trial of former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan. Our reporter Jim Talamonte in the courtroom. Go read his latest work at the Center Square and stay up to date. Pretty impactful trial, important to kind of understand how Madigan operated, because obviously as the Illinois House Speaker for all but 2 years, from 83 to 2021, he was in the House for 50 years. He was also the chairman of the Democratic Party of Illinois, that nexus of power, being able to guide legislation and also control the party purse for candidates, getting lined up votes and all of that. He's charged with using his public office for personal gain, and the trial continues today in Chicago. It is Illinois in Focus Daily. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and wake up with us each and every weekday morning here